Hi, my name is Chris Edwards. I'm an associate professor at the Arken Coit College of Pharmacy, and I'm here today with Dean Rick Schnellmann to talk about research that's ongoing here at the college. So, Dr. Schnellmann, can you tell me a little bit about the research that you have going on here in the Schnellmann Lab?
So we do drug discovery, particularly we're looking at kidney diseases like acute kidney injury and diabetic nephropathy and things like that. So that's the major thing that we do.
That's really exciting. It's a huge problem that we see clinically, and it'd be great to have some actual effective drug options for these really life-altering conditions. So it's exciting work.
Absolutely. Yeah. And we think we got a good molecule to work with now.
Excited to see where that goes.
I know. I am excited.
So how does that drug discovery process work? Can you talk a little bit about where the funding comes from and how these processes get started?
So normally it's someone that's looking at a particular disease, and then what they find is a target they think that regulates that disease. And that target, which is some sort of like a protein or something like that, right? That is the starting point, right? And so how does that protein work, and how does it regulate the disease? And then how can you either stimulate it or shut it off? And then you do some screening of compounds and trying to find either an agonist or an antagonist, etc. And then it just keeps on going.
Nice. That sounds like a really difficult, but again, really important process.
It's just fun.
It does sound pretty fun. It's got to be exciting when you get a target or a molecule that you think is going to actually do it. How many times over the course of your career have you been like really excited about a molecule and or some specific drug target that you found?
Probably 3 or 4 times. Some of them pan out, some of them don't. So, and a couple of them are panning out.
That's really exciting.
Right.
That's awesome.
Exciting.
Yeah.
I did do one though several years ago, and this was a repurposed type drug, and for acute kidney injury in humans, and we did a clinical trial. Didn't work.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate.
But we got to a clinical trial, right? And so that's pretty good. But
yeah. So that clinical trial, that's how many phases into the process?
You know, the drug is already approved then and stuff like that. So then that's that clinical trial. It failed, but I think it failed because it was a wrong dose. Right. So anyway, but in this type of thing, if it fails on the first time, most people get unhappy.
Gotcha. Fair enough. And you have to keep people happy, right?
If you want the funding to make it go through, yes.
And it seems like the Arken Coit College of Pharmacy is doing a great job keeping people happy. I think we're doing pretty good in the funding department. You want to speak about that?
Yeah, we're doing amazing. Well, because of them, right? That's why we're having a ranking of number 4 of the nationwide. And that includes using the metrics of AACP and the metrics of Blue Ridge.
Nice.
And so that is a really good thing.
Yeah.
For that. And it's mostly that is about the research. And we've hired a bunch of endowed chairs, and it's just going great.
That's awesome. We've been able to hire a bunch of endowed chairs and bring a bunch of other folks on board. What are some of the big areas of research that we're focused on? What are some of the centers of excellence that we have as a college?
So the newest one is the Coit Center for Longevity and Neurotherapeutics, and it started maybe a year and a half ago or something like that. So it's new, and we hired 2 endowed chairs for that, one for longevity and one is for neurotherapeutics, so they share that. And that's where we're putting our efforts going on. And because we think, I mean, if you think about longevity and neurotherapeutics, everybody's worried about it.
For sure. Yeah, that's the one thing everyone shares in common, right? Yeah. We all age, we all get older, and that inevitably comes with some health problems. So, yeah, the more we can do to prevent that, I think the better humanity will be for it. So, it's exciting work.
Yep.
Excellent.
we really have great faculty.
Yeah.
I mean, they're really doing wonderful things.
It's exciting. Speaking of our great faculty, one of the other primary missions of the college is to educate the next generation of scientists and clinicians. Can you speak a little bit about how we're innovating in that space?
In a couple of different ways. And that is, the first way is that we have the PharmD curriculum. And we've had this one for a number of time. But what we've always has said since I've been here is that, yes, we can train you to be a pharmacist. We've done it for 75 years. I said, but that may not be enough in the future of pharmacy. And so I even go to the two students and tell them this. I said, you need to think not 5 years from now, but 10 years from now where you want to be. And, for example, if you want to do a residency, plan for it now.
Yep.
So you can do it. I think many pharmacists should know more about business. And so you could have the MBA program. We have 2 of them, by the way, which is in partnership with Eller, the Eller College. And so we can even make it easier on them by doing it while they're here. And then, there's other things they might like to do, right, is some other programs. But the whole point is when you leave here, you're going to be a great pharmacist, but you know what? You're going to know more, right? You're going to have something else in your pocket.
I like that. When we had homecoming last week, I spoke with a number of alums, and I had a third-year pharmacy student with me, and we were asking a lot of the alums for their career advice. And one sort of frequent and recurring theme was to learn more and do more and to keep pushing and keep going further with your career. Don't just stop with that PharmD, but to keep taking it to that next level. And there were lots of different ideas on what that should look like, but that was definitely a recurring theme from our alums. So, very good.
I've been preaching it for 8 years.
You and me both. It's good stuff. So it sounds like we're doing some really exciting things with the PharmD curriculum and some of these dual degree programs and additional opportunities for residents and students. Another exciting thing about our college is that we have one college on 2 campuses. And so can you talk about, again, changes in that space or things that you see in the future for the Tucson campus or the Phoenix campus?
Sure. So when I arrived 8 years ago, there was only a few students up in Phoenix. And so I was charged with, build out Phoenix. And so we've done that over the time. And it's been successful. And at this point in time, our last few years, the number of students in our class is usually around 140. And the last 4 or 5 years, it's almost been 50 and 50 on each campus. And we allow them to pick whatever campus they want. It's amazing it turns out to be 50-50. I don't know how that works, but it has worked that way. And so obviously Phoenix has grown up a lot. This year, for the first time, there's more of our students in Phoenix than we have in Tucson, not by much, but it's still, that was the first time. So obviously there's going to be more growth up in Phoenix. We're going to have to make some expansions. We're going to have to add some more faculty up there, and because that's where everybody lives.
That's true. The population is 6 times the size of Tucson, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, very exciting stuff.
Yep.
Well, it was great sitting down to chat with you. Thank you for taking some time this morning to talk about all the exciting things happening at our college. It's been a pleasure.
I'd like to do this.
Awesome. And thank you for joining us for this video. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you on campus.